After the first winter storms, many of my Mercer Island waterfront homeowners, they found some questions. They have questions about their bulkhead, about their shorelines. That's why I'm here with Jeff from Seaborn today, and we're going to walk you through what to watch for. Hi, Jeff. Welcome.
Thank you. How are you?
Very well.
Wonderful.
So I want to ask you, after the very first winter storms, right? Some of my clients might notice their random debris wash off of their shoreline, or some pieces of bulkhead breaking off. Are they should they be worried? What should they do?
With the debris coming in from the lake, that is natural. You'll have debris throughout the year. It is a large lake, so you'll find that happens a lot. If you notice that there's pieces breaking off of your bulkhead, that's when you want to call a marine construction professional to come in and inspect the bulkhead. And we can catch that before it gets worse.
Catch it up. And also during the rainy seasons, sometimes they see soft spots or even holes in their yard. Should they be concerned?
If you're seeing soft spots and holes, I would definitely immediately call somebody to come out and inspect your bulkhead.
Yeah.
Generally what happens if you catch a soft spot like this or like that one there, what's happening is the soil is eroding out from underneath the grass through your rocks and the wall there.
So these are not your real normal drainage. It's active really erosion.
Right. Normal drainage, you won't see this happening. If it's properly built or if it's failing, you'll see two different things. Properly built, it just drains out and it'll stay the same throughout the years. Once it starts failing, you'll see the dips in the lawns, and then at that time, all of your soil is washing through your rocks into the lake.
True. Yeah. So it's do not panic, but start planning when you see something alarming.
Yes.
Yeah.
Once you start seeing the dips, that's when you want to immediately call somebody, because the permitting time for that is a year. And then you also have the construction schedule to stay on. So you might not get work started for 2 years.
2 years. So take half a year for real work. So we're talking about 2 years to half years planning, permit, and real work.
Yep.
It's a really long time.
Yep, it's not just one permit that you have to get. You have to get the Army Corps of Engineer, the WDFW, your local city one, and then there's another one out there as well. So. And
also, I heard that during certain months of the year, the waterfront construction just cannot happen. And so, how do homeowners plan around that?
Well, you can call us and we can tell you what work windows that you have throughout the lake. It's different and varying, but the main one for everybody is May 1st through July 15th. And that's shut down for the salmon spawning, and no company will do work for you. Okay,
so that's 2.5 months.
Yep, 2.5 months and no work to be done.
Okay, so many homes on Mercer Island have, not this one luckily, have steep driveways and very tight access. So how do you really get the equipment and materials to the dock, to the bulkhead for the repairs?
Well, for us, we won't be coming down your driveway. We understand that, you know, a lot of people in Seattle, definitely in Mercer Island, live in tight spaces. So we actually come by water and we'll bring our barge right in here to do the work.
Yeah, all the materials and the heavy equipment.
All of the materials, all of the heavy equipment, the cranes, the excavators, everything needed will be brought by boat.
Do the barges stay here for during the construction period?
Yes, the barge will stay on site for the duration of the work period. That's just to allow time to go a lot faster. We can be accommodating and leave if you have an event going on, and then come back. But generally, we're here the entire time.
Okay, very good. I saw you work your badge, the construction site. Very impressive. Yeah.
Thank you.
So now it's a winter time. What kind of problems do you typically see in the winter time, but not in summer?
Winter time is a lot stormier, and that's when you're going to see all of the damage being done. That's when your bulkhead will end up having the washout happen, and then your dock, you'll see that your decking, the beams on it during the storms will really get beat up, and then that's when you want, you know, somebody to come out and take a look at it. And then in the summer, it will hide all of the stuff wrong with your bulkhead because the water is higher.
Too high, you can't see much.
Right.
So winter reveals the real problems.
Correct.
Okay, very good, very good. So I know Seaborn has been working on Mercer Island for many, many years, and you have lots of you have great, excellent reputation on the water. So tell me specifically for Mercer Island residents, what kind of costly issues, winter mistakes they make that end up cost them more in the future?
So the largest mistakes that we see are lack of maintenance on your bulkhead and your docks. It might be made out of rock and they last forever, but it doesn't mean that your shoreline will last forever. Sometimes it fails, it'll start washing out. If you get it inspected annually, then you can catch those problems early on. And for your dock, it's the same thing. So during the winter, they really get beat up because you're not out here all the time. You might not see things. And so if you have a regular maintenance plan set up, you can catch all those problems before they become an issue.
Okay, so the regular maintenance plan you're talking about, I suppose it includes some regular maintenance, regular checkup, inspection during the winter time?
Yeah, so there's different companies, but we generally will come out and set you up on a maintenance plan. That comes out, we inspect the dock, ensure everything is looking good still. We'll replace some of the boards for you. We'll come out here and make sure that if something is failing, we get you on schedule to get that repaired.
Very good, very good. Those are information are very valuable, Jeff. Thank you very much. So it's safe to say that winter time is, if you see issue right now, winter time is you learn, and springtime is when you act.
Yep. Winter will tell you the truth, and summer will kind of hide the truth from you.
Hide the truth.
Yeah, so winter is a great time to have your bulkhead and your dock inspected, so that way you can see all of the problems that are here. With the pilings that are in the water, since the water is lower, we can get a better idea of how rotten it is, if they're the wood pilings, or if they're steel, if they're eroded out. We can catch that in the winter better than in the summer because of the water levels.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Jeff.
Thank you.